Michigan State and Mel Tucker, of course, turned over the roster quickly. Kim, could you see Miami doing something to Michigan State like Michigan State did last year with the immediate success of transfers?
I mean, at this point, what's your expectation? Right? Because Miami's working to plug holes on this roster, but everything didn't need to get turned over. Like, we might want a number one superstar wide receiver, but there's depth and talent in that room. I already told you about the running backs. I didn't even mention Tyler Van Dyke, who's one of the handful top what quarterback in America. It's a single-digit number. I guarantee you that, right? So a literal top 10 single-digit, maybe even higher than that, depending on how, froggy you're feeling about it, quarterback, You got some guys on defense. You got Avante Williams, who looks like he's ready to take a step forward. You got James Williams right next to him, monster. You got Leonard Taylor up front. You've added these 11 guys. You want to talk about a better season than expected. What's the expectation? Shout out to JP Juice from 300. He sometimes writes for State of the U, and if JP's watching this, should probably do that again soon. I would appreciate that. But he was going back and forth with some people today on the timeline. We talked about it. He says, okay, so people are saying that 8-4 would be a season that would be acceptable. Are there 4 teams with better coaching staffs and better rosters on the schedule right now than Miami? The answer is no. They're not 4 teams. So if you don't have 4 teams that are better coached with more talent, how then is 4 losses acceptable, right? And if you want to go down the list, there's 2 that really stand out of being, you could say, better, right? That's Texas A&M and that's Clemson. No one else in the other 10 games is either coached as well as Miami or as talented as the Miami Hurricanes. So again, I go back to the question, what are the expectations? If you're expecting 8-4 or 7-5, do I believe that Miami can and should have a better performance with the immediate success of transfers? Absolutely. But I think that the expectation needs to be approaching 10 wins, to be perfectly honest. So it really just comes from your frame of reference.
Got my list of the top 32 quarterbacks in college football that I've put together. Just need to produce the video. Tyler Van Dyke at, we shall see. All right, Marcus. So 2 that got away, 1 on offense and 1 defense from South Florida.
Jesus.
That you would love to see come on home.
Man. That's a really good question, bro. I would say, due to positional need, Ja'Cory Brooks at wide receiver from Alabama. On defense, there's no linebacker that I can think of. Is there a corner? I know that there's Earl Little at Alabama. But respectfully, I want to vibrate higher because he's only 5'11". If I'm going to bring somebody back as my one guy. I mean, you could think Dallas Turner, the outside linebacker, edge rusher from Alabama, who, again, another Aquinas kid who should have been a Hurricane, but stupid. Sorry, us, stupid, not him. We, us, Miami, orange and green, stupid. Let that happen. Off the top of my head, that's where I'm going to go. But as I sit and I think about it, and you guys are maybe thinking of a certain guy from a certain school or something that's in your brain that's not in mine, maybe I would agree with that. But off the top of my dome, I would say 2 guys from Alabama. But, I mean, yeah, getting guys off the Alabama roster, like, yes, we should desire to do that anyway. You know what I mean?